sun. Now, whether it's good old filter coffee or any of the range of new age instant coffee mixes, India is a major exporter of the beverage to the world, and it wants to climb up the rankings from the current number 5 position. Abhimanyu Sharma reports that the industry is on a war footing as it deals with challenges like labour shortage and climate change, even as it looks to expand its footprint in the developed world. Take a look.
This is a typical coffee plantation in India's coffee capital of Coorg. Almost 40% of India's coffee is produced in these hill slopes from plantations that sprawl over 1 lakh hectares. This makes Coorg the largest coffee producing region in India, and Karnataka, where Coorg is located, accounts for roughly 70% of India's total coffee production. Locals tell me numerous plantations have spread out and new ones have come up in the last decade or so. Not surprising, since coffee exports from India have seen a 40% year-on-year growth in FY25 and clocked over 22% annual growth rate in the past 5 years.
It's more than threefold increase from 2014-15 to 2024-25 in terms of exports. And also various new markets, new countries were also explored during this period. More than 20 countries were added.
All this has made India the world's 7th largest producer of coffee with a 3.5% share of global production and the 5th largest exporter with a 5% share in global exports. India is also one of the few countries that produces both Arabica and Robusta varieties of coffee. The relatively sweeter and smoother Arabica is used in filter coffee, while the high caffeine Robusta is used in instant coffee mixes due to its strong and bitter taste. But the Indian coffee industry wants more, starting with expanding production beyond Karnataka, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. The government is planning to increase the overall cultivation of coffee into newer geographies within India itself, which will include states like Andhra Pradesh, Odisha and the Northeast. The European Union is also being targeted as a market that's ripe for Indian coffee. But this means conforming to the European Union's rules and standards of production. To this end, India is engaging with local exporters to ensure compliance with the European Union's upcoming deforestation regulation. It is also negotiating with the EU to rework some of the guidelines. For instance, the European Union's deforestation regulations definition of forests does not include the area of the total tree canopy. So several plantations in India, Indonesia, Malaysia and Brazil become ineligible to export their product to the European Union. India feels this is not in line with globally recognized definitions. Another guideline is that companies must ensure the products exported to the 27-nation bloc be grown on land that has not been deforested after the 31st of December 2020. India is confident that it will be compliant with the European regulation and has already begun taking steps to close any gaps. And coffee growers say the use of sustainable cultivation practices will help. So too will the fact that India is categorized as a low-risk country under the European regulation when compared to global competitors. But increasing exports will also mean higher production, and here there are some fierce challenges ranging from absence of skilled manpower to climate change.
The temperatures have gone up and the rainfall has become very erratic. It rains when we don't want it, it doesn't rain when we require it badly. In India, coffee is a very labor-intensive crop. 65% of my cost of cultivation is labor input, whereas if you go to a country like Brazil, it's just 25%. There is a scarcity of labor, skilled labor, especially people who are earlier working here. They want to migrate to cities.
For India, the opportunities in coffee are surging. There's increased demand for value-added Indian coffees in premium markets like Japan, South Korea and the Middle East. And Indian Robustas are increasingly finding favor for users in espressos in the developed world. But India has work to do before it can grab the opportunities with both hands. In Coorg, this is Abhimanyu Sharma for CNBC-TV18.